According to Platformer, Twitter terminated 4,400 to 5,500 contractors without notifying them in advance. Twitter eliminated a large number of contract employees on Saturday, affecting anywhere from 4,400 to 5,500 workers. According to Platformer's Casey Newton. As noted by Platformer, and confirmed by other reports from Axios and CNBC, most contract employees didn't receive any notice that they've been terminated, and only found out after losing access to the company's email and internal communication systems. The job cuts follow layoffs that culled about half of Twitter's workforce and slashed 15% of its trust and safety team. Platformer first reported about the mass firings on Saturday night, which span both US-based and global employees working in content moderation, real estate, marketing, engineering, and other departments. Twitter reportedly failed to notify managers of these job cuts as well, who didn't realize their colleagues had been terminated until after seeing that their accounts have been deactivated in Twitter's system. According to an internal email sent to contractors and obtained by Insider, which Insider says contractors didn't receive until after they learned they'd been locked out of their accounts. Twitter explains that the job cuts are part of its reprioritization and savings exercise. It also informs employees their last day is Monday, November 14th, but that they won't be expected to do anything. Following Musk's takeover, a number of Twitter executives have already resigned or been fired, and it's possible that more employees may lose their job over the company's new in-person work policy. In a transcript of a Q&A session between Musk and employees obtained by The Verge's Alex Heath, Musk made it clear that workers must return to the office, and that only exceptional people can work remotely. Basically, if you can show up in an office, and you do not show up at the office, resignation accepted, Musk said. Twitter didn't immediately reply to a request for comment. The company no longer has a communications department. An AI-powered online fashion marketplace, ShopTrue, is launching its website into beta today with plans for a public release early next year. The site blends artificial intelligence and personalized recommendations with taste-driven shopping, the company says, which helps give users a source for style inspiration as well as the ability to create and share outfit ideas with others, rather than the typical algorithmic approach such as Amazon, which ranks items based on a strong sales history. ShopTrue is AI-driven and continually improves its product recommendations based on purchase behaviors and user engagement. That way, users can have more say on what items they see on their curated feeds. ShopTrue's launch is another example of how AI technology is transforming the e-commerce industry. In June, Pinterest acquired the AI-powered shopping platform The Yes, which builds a personalized fashion feed and continually learns about a user's style as they shop. Pinterest said the deal would help the company become the home for taste-driven shopping. We are making it easier for people to find only the things they're going to love, and then give them the tools to organize and share their style POV with the world, ShopTrue's chief fashion director Brandon Hawley said in an announcement. Anybody's shop has the potential to set off a chain reaction of fashion inspiration that can surprise and delight you from any direction.
The password management service will roll out passkey support in early 2023, in order to still have a place after passwords are dead and gone. 1Password has announced that passkey support will be available to its customers in early 2023, allowing users to securely log into apps and websites without a password. Support for passkey's entirely passwordless authentication may seem like a bewildering feature for a password management service, but 1Password isn't even the first, with Dashlane already integrating passkeys into its own service earlier this year. Apple has already rolled out support for passkeys via the iCloud keychain in Mac OS Ventura and iOS 15. And Google recently announced passkey beta testing for Chrome and Android. Microsoft hasn't announced public testing yet.
We've been set back a few years with one of the biggest crypto businesses falling overnight after getting caught misappropriating user funds. CZ believed the episode was devastating for the industry, which took away a lot of consumer confidence. Crypto exchange FTX joined many other fallen projects, including Terra, Three Arrows Capital, Celsius, and Voyager, in filing for bankruptcy in 2022. Owing to the devastation caused by multi-billion United States dollar losses suffered by businesses and investors, the man running the biggest crypto exchange, Binance CEO Changpeng CZ Zhao, envisions an era of greater regulatory scrutiny in the near future, with one of the biggest crypto businesses falling overnight. CZ believed the episode was devastating for the industry, which took away a lot of consumer confidence. Speaking at Indonesia FinTech Summit 2022, he said, "I think basically we've been set back a few years now. Regulators rightfully will scrutinize this industry much harder, which is probably a good thing. To be honest, regulations in crypto historically circled around Know Your Customer (KYC) and anti-money laundering (AML). However, CZ reiterated his long-standing belief that regulations must focus on exchange operations, such as business models and proof of reserves. As a result, he believed that tighter regulatory scrutiny around crypto business operations is around the corner." CZ sharing his thoughts on FTX and the future of crypto during Indonesia FinTech Summit 2022. "This is a wake-up call for discussions about how to handle risks across crypto ecosystems." Speaking specifically about FTX, he said, "The last 3 days is just a revelation of problems. The problems were their way longer. This problem wasn't created in the last 3 days." CZ pointed out that the biggest red flag about FTX was Alameda Research's financials, which were full of FTX token FTT. That made him finalize the decision to sell off Binance FTT holdings worth over $2 billion at the time. The following day, FTX CEO Sam Bankman-Fried reached out to CZ with a deal that did not make sense from a number of fronts. At the same time, CZ hoped to get an over-the-counter OTC deal for protecting users. Original intention was let's save the users, but then the news of misappropriating user funds, especially US regulatory agencies' investigations, made us realize we can't touch that anymore. CZ believes that increasing transparency and educating regulatory agencies about crypto audits and cold wallet information will make the industry much healthier. "Finding the right balance of rules is not asked," he said. The entrepreneur highlighted the need for easy tools for saving private keys and other security functionalities, but argued that the crypto ecosystem will grow in incremental steps and not giant leaps. Taking a proactive approach to regaining investor confidence, Binance published a new page titled Proof of Assets, which displays details about the exchange's on-chain activity for its hot and cold wallet addresses. "Our objective is to allow users of our platform to be aware and make informed decisions that are aligned with their financial goals," said Binance in an official statement. Swoosh members will compete to create digital kicks with the brand's design staff and bag a royalty cut, but not even Nike knows how it's going to work. The iconic brand's latest venture is a Metaverse play called Swoosh, a Web3-enabled platform where people will be able to buy its virtual products. It's essentially a marketplace, which makes sense, because the breathlessly hyped internet of the future is much like the internet of the present, dominated by commerce. Swoosh exists on a domain name .Nike, and will be an experimental digital space for registered members. It's currently in beta, and registration to join opens on November 18th. Nike fans will have to wait until next year for the first co-created virtual sneakers, and Web3's evolution remains unclear, but it is undoubtedly another opportunity for companies wanting to market products. What was initially touted as a decentralized utopia is looking increasingly like a continuation of the status quo, only with brands taking even greater ownership. If Swoosh is anything to go by, when it comes to the future of the internet, the revolution will be monetized. Get your virtual kicks now.
Certain Pantone collections now require users to pay $15 a month to access them, with colors turned black unless you pay up. Since the 1950s, the company Pantone has helped designers match the colors they see on screen to what they see in the real world. This color standardization process means that, for example, a poster made in Adobe InDesign looks exactly the same when it's printed out as a giant billboard. And it worked just fine until last week, when everything went dark. Scores of Photoshop and Illustrator users who have used certain Pantone color collections in their works have recently been confronted with the fallout of a disagreement between Adobe and Pantone. The result, where once there were vibrant hues, there is now only the color black. Today at TechCrunch's crypto-focused event in Miami, OpenSea CEO Devin Finzer discussed his business in the future market for non-fungible tokens. The digital assets, better known by the acronym NFTs, saw their stock rise during the 2021 era crypto boom. NFTs became synonymous with neo-wealth bubbling up from the blockchain economy, as a number of image collections that employed the digital asset format reached pop culture status and eye-watering prices. However, as TechCrunch has reported, the evolving market for crypto-related activities and products is currently in a downturn. NFT trading volumes are depressed compared to year-ago levels, and elsewhere in the decentralized economy, there's chaos to be found as the implosion of exchange, FTX, continues to reverberate. The future of NFTs may be less crypto-focused than it has been. Finza cited the recent Reddit NFT effort in a discussion of trust, consumers, and crypto more generally. Many Reddit NFT users are not aware that it's a crypto-powered product. He explained, if consumers are willing to engage with crypto products outside of a crypto-native experience, it is easier to see how gaming and crypto could eventually find common ground. The largest automaker in North America is laying down a marker for itself to sell 1 million EVs annually by 2025, but it won't be easy. General Motors wants to be the biggest seller of electric vehicles in North America, maybe the planet, too. And so far, it's burning a lot of cash to get there. But by 2025, the cash burning will officially cease, as the company projects its EV program will be solidly profitable by then. The company, which is the largest automaker in North America, outlined the plan to achieve this goal to investors at a splashy event in Manhattan on Thursday. GM said it will sell 1 million EVs annually starting in 2025. And to illustrate this point, it had a variety of electric models on display, including the stunning $300,000 fastback Cadillac Celestiq that was first unveiled last month.
With remote or hybrid work going nowhere anytime soon, Microsoft today announced new social gaming functionality inside its Teams productivity and collaboration platform. Available to Teams Enterprise and Education subscribers only, the new Games for Work app allows colleagues to challenge each other to a game of Minesweeper, Wordament, Icebreaker, and even Solitaire, a classic card game familiar to anyone who has used Windows from 1990 onwards. Microsoft said that each game, including Solitaire, has a multiplayer option for up to 250 players, with support for those only wishing to spectate. And given that the games are only available for paying Teams subscribers, no ads are included. The new app was developed by an Xbox game studio called Microsoft Casual Games.
The AV operator is a joint venture between Hyundai and Aptiv. LA will be its second robotaxi market with Lyft, after launching a service in Las Vegas earlier this year. Motional, the autonomous vehicle joint venture between Hyundai and Aptiv, is bringing its robotaxis to Los Angeles, where they will be available to hail through the Lyft app. The service is comprised of Motional's fleet of Hyundai Ioniq 5 electric vehicles, which will be fully autonomous at the time of launch and not require a human safety driver behind the wheel. The company would not say when exactly the service will go live though. We plan to reveal timing when we are closer to launch, a Motional spokesperson said. Previously, Motional said it wouldn't deploy fully autonomous vehicles until 2023, so it's probably safe to assume that LA residents won't be able to hail one of the company's vehicles until at least January.
The software is able to extract human motion from videos and automatically retarget the data to your character rig. If you are looking for a quick and easy way to set up lifelike character animations for your games and projects without spending tons of cash on expensive motion capture suits, here's a neat software that might help you out. Check out Move AI, a new convenient program for markerless mockup that can extract natural human motion from videos using advanced AI, computer vision, biomechanics, and physics. With this software, you can set up a small motion capture studio anywhere you want while only having a camera, capture a video of you doing whatever you want your digital characters to do, and automatically retarget the data to your character rig. Moreover, the tool allows you to export this data directly into any game engine or digital environment. The launch of NASA's Artemis I mission will also be the start of the first deep space rendezvous to be conducted by a solar cell-propelled spacecraft. After interminable delays and tens of billions of dollars in spending, NASA's Statue of Liberty-sized Space Launch System, SLS megarocket, is at last nearing its inaugural launch, taking place as early as August 29, The launch will use the SLS's 8.8 million pounds of thrust, 39.1 million newtons, to send an uncrewed Orion spacecraft and accompanying service module into lunar orbit, dubbed Artemis I. This mission will be the biggest milestone yet in NASA's Artemis program, a project to send humans to the lunar surface for the first time in more than a half-century. If successful, the mission could also lead to another, lesser-known milestone, but one for the exploration of near-Earth asteroids, NEAs, rather than the Moon.
Twitter has published a policy change saying that newly created Twitter accounts will have to wait 90 days before being allowed to subscribe to the new Twitter Blue plan and get verified. This is likely to avoid impersonation and spam from verified accounts. Newly created Twitter accounts will not be able to subscribe to Twitter Blue for 90 days. We may also impose waiting periods for new accounts in the future at our discretion without notice, the company said on its FAQ page about Twitter Blue. Prior to this, the Elon Musk-led company just said that new accounts created after November 9th won't be able to purchase the $8 Twitter subscription plan. The old terms were published during the rush rollout of Twitter Blue, which caused havoc, and a barrage of verified accounts started impersonating brands, celebrities, and athletes. Because of fake verified accounts tweeting misinformation, shares of companies like Eli Lilly and Lockheed Martin took a dip. Qualcomm isn't new to mixed reality, but the chipmaker chose to focus on augmented reality, AR, as the push for true smart glasses continues. Announced today, the Snapdragon AR2 Gen 1 platform is its first, purpose-built AR platform, intended to squeeze neatly into a pair of glasses that don't look like a 2000 sci-fi movie prop. By splitting the hardware into three, and leaving a wirelessly connected phone to do much of the heavy lifting, Qualcomm is confident its new platform is ready for daily wear. That's certainly not something you could say about a lot of the AR glasses projects and products we've seen in recent years. Previous iterations of those have run on Qualcomm's own chipsets, like Lenovo's Smart Glasses T1. But they've been fairly clunky, and relied on a wired link with the smartphone or computer. A wireless version followed earlier in 2022, but it was still based on the Snapdragon XR2 platform that the company also offers for virtual reality VR headsets. When the US returns to the lunar surface next year, the lander's outer panels will be wrapped in the same reflective material that lines cold-weather parkas. Brands love sending logos up into the sky and beyond. Billboards, blimps, skywriting, ballpark jumbotrons, spacesuits. It's for the eyeballs, sure, but perhaps there's something else at play, as if placement in the direction of the heavens might suggest divine endorsement. Nah, it's probably just for the eyeballs. But a recent collaboration between Columbia Sportswear and Houston, Texas-based Intuitive Machines extends beyond typical logo shenanigans. Intuitive is one of a handful of private companies that have contracted with NASA under the Commercial Lunar Payload Services program. These firms will be delivering payload to the moon to support broader NASA research missions. The company's lander, Nova C, is slated to launch aboard the AMI mission in March. When that happens, Nova C will be America's first visit to the surface in more than 50 years.
Soft Robotics, based in nearby Bedford, Massachusetts, is one of those names that comes up a lot, as the concept of soft robotics grippers have increasingly come into vogue. The company of the same name has been reaping much of that windfall. Today, for instance, it announced a $26 million Series C, led by Tyson Ventures. The VC arm of Tyson Foods is a natural fit here. After all, food production has long been a big piece of soft robotics strategy. Its compliant grippers do a good job picking up fragile and inconsistently sized foodstuffs, from meat to produce, a long-standing challenge for more rigid systems. At Tyson, we are continually exploring new areas in automation that can enhance safety and increase the productivity of our team members. Tyson Ventures Rahul Ray said in a release, soft robotics, revolutionary robotic technology, computer vision, and AI platform have the potential to transform the food industry and will play a key role in any company's automation journey. He's one of 3 former Square Enix employees to be accused of insider trading involving a Dragon Quest mobile game. Yuji Naka, the famed co-creator of Sonic the Hedgehog, has reportedly been arrested in Japan, via Fuji News Network, in connection with an insider trading case involving former Square Enix employees. The scandal centers around former Square Enix employee Teisuke Sasaki, who obtained information that the Dragon Quest Tact mobile game was being jointly created by game developers Square Enix and Aiming. Sasaki, and another ex-Square Enix employee, Fumiki Suzuki, allegedly purchased 162,000 shares in Aiming between December 2019 and February 2020 for approximately 47.2 million yen, around $336,760, prior to the project's public announcement on February 5, 2020.
Tennessee's Attorney General said he would look into whether the live events site Ticketmaster violated consumers' rights and antitrust regulations, citing glitches on the platform during the sale of tickets for Taylor Swift's Eras tour that left some fans stranded in hours-long virtual queues. Jonathan Scrametti, said his office had received complaints from people who tried purchasing tickets for Eras, Swift's first tour in more than 4 years, and said they faced a chaotic process and a severe lack of customer support from Ticketmaster. It was not clear Thursday whether the Attorney General had opened a formal investigation.
There's a point to this, promise. Repair specialists iFixit have released a new video of themselves stabbing and, ultimately, nail gunning a series of batteries in the name of teaching the world about battery safety. The takeaway, despite the high-profile examples of battery explosions that occasionally crop up in the news, modern lithium-ion batteries are generally very safe so long as you follow some best practices. Another takeaway, shooting a giant battery with a nail gun is cool as hell. The biggest piece of advice from tech writer team lead Arthur Shai and teardown tech Sharam Mokhtari is to always discharge a battery to under 25% before doing any teardowns or repairs. That's because although a swelling battery is the most obvious sign that something is wrong, it's actually the amount of charge a battery holds that determines whether a short circuit can create enough heat to cause thermal runaway, what you or I might call a fire or explosion.